During the last weekend of April 2014, the Dutch community in New Zealand celebrated King's Day. We take you to Christchurch, where on Saturday the celebrations began with the traditional Vrijmarkt. And the official part of the celebrations took place in the clubhouse of the society. The chairman of the Oranje Comité, Henk Tabak, welcomed the people present.
So I would now like to introduce Mr. Jeremy Loy, our consul, to take it from here.
May I also please welcome everybody here, to everyone who's made the effort to come out this evening, to those who came along this afternoon and joined in the games and the Vrijmarkt, to help make today a success and so that we could celebrate together. So thank you very much to everybody who is here. We also have friends from Ashburton who have made it up today, and we thank you. We enjoy your company and enjoy you being here, so thank you for making the effort, and I hope you have an enjoyable evening as well. And also to the sponsors who have joined us this evening. Thank you, and again, welcome. A number of you will know that one of my favourite soapboxes and hobby horses is the involvement of the younger generation. It's something that I feel quite strongly about in terms of that second and third generation being involved in something like this, being able to stay in touch with their heritage and being able to stay in touch with their culture. So the Vrijmarkt that we had this afternoon, the games, are an example of that. And I'm very lucky that I have a committee in the Oranje Committee who also believes in that and is more than happy to support that going forward. So thank you to you all. This is now very much a community event. And whilst it may have been sponsored by the Embassy and by the Ministry previously, in fact this year there hasn't been any funding from the Ministry or the Embassy for this function. What you enjoy tonight is through the efforts of the sponsors, through the hard work of people like those on the Oranje Committee, through the courtesy and the generosity of the likes of the Netherlands Society and the Golf Club. And quite frankly, without them and the number of people that have been working this afternoon, including people from the Klomp, this event simply wouldn't happen anymore. So to those people, please could you also put your hands together again and say thank you. For the consulate this year, as I said, it's been a pretty interesting year. Earlier this year we had a Professor Mark Brussels from Twente University, and a Mr. Leo de Jong from Key Point Consultancy in Enschede. Now both of those people we brought out from Holland to sit with the Christchurch City Council and help them with their planning for the new cycleways in Christchurch. That exercise turned out to be very successful, and to that end Mr. Leo de Jong has been back now twice to Christchurch, and he is engaged on a regular basis by the City Council to stay in consultation and work with them until the cycleways are planned and put in place. So that made it for a nice success for the year. As I said, for the staff at the consulate, it's also been interesting because we've had some changes in terms of the immigration and passport laws, which started as of April last year. And of course, most of you will know now that if you go to apply for a new passport, it is a 10-year one. And the number of applications that we've had in the last couple of months probably outstripped the number of applications that we've had in the last 18 months. So they're working very, very quickly. Perhaps on a more serious note, many of you in the room will also know that the Ministry made an announcement 2 months ago that it is restructuring its consulate services around the world. And so there are 32 consulates that are faced with a possible closure in 2 years' time, including Christchurch. So as of January 2016, the consulate office here in Christchurch may be closed. I want to take an opportunity to thank those, though, who participated in meetings and discussions on that particular subject, because that ended up being the subject of a report that went back to the Ministry in Holland, who is now reconsidering what they're going to do and how they're going to do it. And we should have an announcement on that possibly next week. Now, out of which the role of Honorary Consul is due to remain. But one thing that's been made very clear to us is that our future focus is going to be more on development of trade and economics, which is the historical role for an Honorary Consul. My personal belief around that, though, is that success in that area of trade and economics cannot be successful unless you have a good community behind you. So it is you people of the community and how we work together that can help make that a success in terms of promoting trade between New Zealand and Holland. And I look forward to being able to work on that going forward. The last thing in here that I have is that a number of you may, and some of you may not know, that our ambassador, Mr. Arie van der Wiel, retires this year and he returns to Holland in June. So there will be a function here on the afternoon of the 31st of May where the ambassador and his wife will be down. He will be down to do some naturalisations for a couple of people, but we will also be having an afternoon tea here at 3 o'clock on the 31st of May for anyone who wishes to join in that. I don't want to make this too long, so whilst it's been an interesting year, we also this year, for the first time, get to celebrate the birthday of our new king in Holland, King Willem-Alexander. So I hope that you all have something in your glasses. I'm going to borrow one over here. I'll borrow yours. Thank you. Because very shortly we will stand and sing the Wilhelmus, but in the meantime, can I also ask you please to stand and join me in a toast to our King. To our King.
Radio with pictures. Online worldwide.